Sorry I can't come to your birthday dinner. I'm making money.
I own that building, that building, that building, that crane, that building.
What if you don't wake up feeling like that girl? How do you be that girl?
You need to go back to sleep and wake back up again so you can feel like that girl.
I used to wake up from my nap as a child and wish I was in an office.
Super strong woman, really powerful, doesn't put up with bull anyone. How do you find a guy that can keep up with you?
I haven't found one yet.
My mom said to me, you know, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
Not sure if any of you... You're kidding. 10 seconds into filming and... Not sure if any of you are big Beauty or Glossier fans, but the recent step down of Glossier CEO Emily Wise as well as Meta COO Sheryl Sandberg created quite a bit of buzz, particularly marked by the media, such as Harper's Bazaar as the end of a millennial pink era, or by the New York Times as the near completion of sunsetting the girl boss. So I thought it'd be interesting to chat a little about the hashtag girlboss culture, the so-called empowerment used as advertisement, and the arguably disingenuous feminism behind the movement. Let's dive in.
I've been celebrated more than the average entrepreneur because I'm a girl.
What is a hashtag girlboss?
Anna, they're ready for you in the planning room.
Good.
I am woman, hear me roar.
The term girl boss is defined as, quote, to make something or someone appear as a feminist idol or inspiration for profit despite the numerous flaws of the person.
Truth is, there is no one that can do what I do.
The neologism was coined and popularized by Sophia Amoruso, founder of the fast fashion website Nasty Gal, in her 2014 autobiography titled Hashtag Girlboss. Amoruso began her business working out of her bedroom. In 2006, her eBay store, Nasty Gal Vintage, blew up into a $1 million yearly revenue business after 6 years. She then launched Nasty Gal as a fast fashion brand, which gained a substantial following on social media. Revenues increased from $223,000 in 2008 to almost $23 million in 2011. The New York Times has called her a Cinderella of tech. Inc. magazine named her to its 30 under 30 list. Business Insider crowned her as one of the sexiest CEOs alive. Amoruso's vision of female corporate supremacy was celebrated and emulated by other aspiring entrepreneurs for years.
Yeah? Did you drink enough coffee?
Hashtag Girlboss sold more than 500,000 copies, and Amoruso launched a media company of the same name, completed with networking conferences, branded merchandises, and a Netflix series. This was a woman who sold the girlboss dream to a world of young women hungry for empowerment. But was this dream true empowerment or just a nightmare dressed like a daydream?
Everybody wants to be us.
Empowerment as advertisement. Girlboss culture is ubiquitous. Somewhat miraculously, it has become a staple of contemporary feminism over the last few years. It's on the cover of magazines, in feminine product advertisements, in character tropes of film and television, and printed everywhere on t-shirts to tote bags to notebooks. It was DIY and implied that anything was possible. It was seen as a symbol for female empowerment and embodiment of confidence, ambition, and success. Why would anyone be opposed to that? The reality of girlbossing, however, was always a little messier. One of the biggest issues that arose from the girlboss era was how performative and capitalizing the entire movement was. Amoruso's career at Nasty Gal was marked with constant turnovers, accusations of discrimination, and abusive management. The company eventually filed bankruptcy in 2017. What made the girl bosses very marketable were the very same traits and qualities that these companies went against. The empowerment of not only girls, but generally just all individuals was contradicted in the internal structure of the company. There have been lawsuits that allegedly claim that Nasty Gal fired multiple pregnant employees either before or during their parental leave, and other claims of how toxic the work culture is. Obviously, I never worked there, so I can't speak too much to it, and how a company is run is not entirely the CEO's responsibility. However, Tone at the top and leadership's attitude do very much shape culture. If these women could succeed while upholding feminist values and treating their employees humanely, then maybe patriarchy was just a choice that savvy consumers could shop their ways around, which explains the boom of a lot of girl boss businesses in the social media era. People wanted to believe in the stories they were sold. They wanted alternatives that are different. Although not always the case, oftentimes girl boss branding is just another white woman co-opting empowerment and feminism for profit.
All right, we should put on some music or something. Lighten the mood.
With no intention of lifting anyone else up. Can you not? The freaking eyes machine. They built their success on an image of inclusiveness, but various investigations revealed a lack of diversity behind the scenes. This has been the case for The Wing, Refinery 29, Reformation, and so on, with allegations of racist treatments of employees.
You are your paycheck. Work longer.
So is #girlboss just fake feminism?
No. That wasn't a question.
With regards to the term girl boss, it has evolved from something aspirational to something else that lost its flavor over the years. A Refinery 29 article called the term girl boss a sexist Trojan horse, as it appears to raise women up by carving out spaces for us in a working world still too crowded with men, and offers a bit of the boardroom we can call our own, but in reality, up to interpretation, somewhat diminishes women's agency and authority. A lot of opposition arises from the standpoint that a girl is still a young woman. To suggest that a female worker or leader is a #girlboss directly infantilizes her. To me, this is a bit of an overpush in terms of overanalyzing, but I do agree with the rationale to some extent. Why girl boss and not just boss in general? It's kind of implying that the term boss is reserved for males. You don't ever hear a male worker being referred to as #boyboss.
Oops, Zoe had too much fun with editing GIFs.
Because men's power in the workplace is still the default. It is the status quo, and anything a woman does is still an exception and anomaly.
I think when someone like me isn't an outlier, but when people like me aren't the exception, I don't think we need the word girl boss anymore, and I think that will be a really cool thing.
Alexandra Solomon, PhD and a professor who specializes in gender and gender roles at Northwestern University, suggested that research shows that as women get older and as women become more powerful, they are perceived as less likable. So by using the term girl boss, there's a desire to be powerful, but also implying a fear of losing likability. Girl boss label allowed women to assert power or lean in without threatening or alienating people around them, still carrying the stereotypical agreeableness element to a female's gender identity. As women, we are told to rise to the challenge, empower ourselves, and be a girl boss in the face of the impossible.
You just pretend, girl. That's it. Really and truly, don't let them see you sweat.
But this is late capitalism at its core, making individuals responsible for structural problems.
It's work, sleep, make money. My workday doesn't end till 11:59 p.m. and only because the next day starts at 12 a.m.
Girl boss culture sells hollow empowerment instead of highlighting the less palatable facts of life for working women. Unaffordable childcare, sexual harassment, pay gaps. We wanted the girl boss so badly to fix everything that was wrong in our workplaces. The competitiveness, the workaholism, the frat-style sexist collegiality, the racism. The girl boss was a hope to represent the change in the workplace, or more so, bring the change to the workplace. The slow death of girl boss culture is nothing more than just an awakening to the reality that the girl boss culture itself reinforced a lot of the harmful gender stereotypes, and the fact that we place too much halo effect on the so-called girl bosses themselves. Nothing to really blame on the girl bosses, because At the end of the day, we are all just trying to survive corporate America. But Girl Boss is not much more than an overly advertised placebo to solve all gender equality issues, when in reality it's more of a genius marketing technique created by women to make profits from women. Someone is vacuuming outside of my unit, and if you can hear it, I apologize. So these are my thoughts on the girl boss culture. I neither praise it nor condemn it, but see it more so as a marketing strategy that just promised more than it delivered. Let me know your thoughts on the girl bosses in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram to join my growth journey. I'll see you next week. Bye.
This is the end.